Life shouldn't be hard. Life should be a fun-filled adventure every day. So now start joining up dots. Tap into your talents, your skills, your God-given gifts, and tell your boss, you don't deserve me. I'm out of here. It's time for you to smash that alarm clock and start getting the dream business and life you, well, of course, are dreaming of. Let's join your host, David Ralph, from the back of his garden in the UK, or wherever he might be today, with another jammed-packed episode of the #1 hit podcast, Join Up Dots.
Yeah, good morning, Dotists. Good morning to everyone who listens to Join Up Dots. This is one of those episodes when I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and then I've been thinking, a lot of people are going to go, oh, that's a stupid idea, that won't ever happen, and that won't work. But it's something that I've been doing a lot of recently, and I believe that it's beneficial. It's beneficial to all of us. And as the title of the podcast says, just roll with the flow. Let life surprise you. I was reading something about the Beatles. And the Beatles used to have this phrase when they got to an obstacle and they couldn't get a recording contract, or they couldn't get a gig, or they couldn't get something. And as you're building success in your life, there's always going to be obstacles that come your way. And more often than not, you don't know the answer. And you think that you do know the answer, and that is by working really, really hard. But sometimes it's better to just sort of go with the flow, roll with the flow. And the Beatles used to have this phrase, something will happen. So they would just leave it up to the universe almost. And if you keep on just doing what you do, something will always happen. We had a guest on the show, and I've mentioned this a few times, and he said, if you are listening to this podcast now, no matter who you are out there, how bad your days, your situations have been in your life, you've got past 100% of them. There's not one that you haven't got past. You might have had, money worries. You might have had career problems or whatever. And you're laying in bed at night thinking, oh, God, this is terrible. Everything's going to go to shit. Everything's terrible. Yeah. You've made it through. You've passed through. And the things just become a problem at that moment, a problem in time. So I've been cruising through life recently and having quite a lovely time. I've been having massages and going to the sauna and swimming and literally retired. Recording the odd Join Up Dots podcast episode, doing a little bit of coaching here and there, but generally just sort of stopped. And suddenly I hit a snag. And the snag was that one of my businesses went into freefall. And I'm a great believer in I do not put any of my own money into a business. Otherwise, it's not a business. And I don't take money from another business to subsidise that one. It has to stand on its own 2 feet. And for a bit of time, it was bit of financial stress, really. I started to sort of panic until this voice in my head started saying, hey, something will happen, don't sweat it. So I've been using this idea recently, and let me tell you, it's been an absolute game changer. Instead of just freaking out about every little bump in the road, all I've been doing is I've been sitting back. And this is where it kind of gets a bit woo-woo kind of stuff. I just let the universe do its thing. I just kind of let things take its course. And it's kind of magical because everything always does. Something always comes out of the woodwork at the last minute, or I see a different situation, or I think of things in a different way. So you might be out there and you've got job woes, for example, and you're stuck in a job that's sucking the soul out of you. We've had quite a few emails recently when people have been telling me this. But instead of sort of moping around, you just keep your chin up and you're positive and you trust that a better opportunity is just around the corner. And lo and behold, you then bump into somebody who hooks you up with the job of your dreams. Coincidence? Well, I think not. I think it's a mindset thing. I think it's a positive mindset. And the more positive you are in life, the more things naturally kind of come your way. They may not come away in the order that you want, but certainly by being really positive and focused, these things occur. I had a friend years and years ago called Dave, and he was a butler. And I met him in a really posh job I was in. And he used to be a butler for Elton John. He used to tell me loads of different stories. Anyhow, he went to Sydney, and he went and just sort of moved out there. And he had no money or anything. He just went there. And he wrote this list of all the things that he wanted. He wanted a free bed, free curtains, a free flat, free this. And he just wrote it in the list. And he came back and, no, he didn't. He wrote me a letter in the days when people wrote letters. And he said, basically, the things occurred and in the order that he wanted them. He just sort of made things magically happen. So there's a whole thing going on out there which most people don't believe. Most people think that they can force things into being, but a lot of the time it's better just to start sort of relaxing. You know, take a relationship drama. We all have those, and you and your partner are butting heads like it's nobody's business. So instead of sort of going full on drama mode, you just take a breather, let things simmer down, and before you know it, they're in a better place, you're in a better place, and you're just having heart to hearts and sort of falling in love all over again. You know, it's by letting things just happen, things just find their natural place. It's like throwing a jigsaw puzzle in the air and it lands on the table and you've got no idea where the pieces are going. But every now and again, you just sort of move over and you put one or two together, and then the picture starts sort of joining up. So it's a real interesting thing, and we can tie this to, you know, money troubles. We can try it to creative blocks. Certainly creative blocks. You know, I do podcasts 3 times a week. And sometimes I'm just staring at a blank canvas and my brain is feeling about as empty as the coffee cup I've got in front of me, actually. But instead of just forcing the inspiration, because when you do, it's a bit crap, you just kick back and you just let the ideas come to you when you want. And you end up creating, hopefully, much better quality stuff without even breaking a sweat. So there's a real moral to the story. And I think the moral to the story is the more relaxed you are in life, the better things become for you. The more relaxed, the better the work you can do. Life's too short to stress about every little thing. Sometimes you just got to roll with the punches and trust that the universe has your back. It's like riding a wave. You can either fight it or you can catch it and see where it takes you. And there is going to be, of course, it's important to take action and hustle for what you want. If you're just sitting there on a sofa expecting, you know, everything to come your way, it's not going to happen. But there's also something kind of magical about just letting go and letting life surprise you. So I've got a big thing that I need to sort out, and I need to sort it out by tomorrow as I'm recording this. And at the moment, I've got no idea how I'm going to do this, but I'm just thinking, right, I'm going to leave it until tomorrow and see what happens and see, you know, if it's worth stressing about at all. And at the moment, I don't think there's anything worth stressing. So just, you know, let life surprise you. The next time you find yourself in a pickle, just take a deep breath, relax, and remember something will happen. And it might just be the best thing that ever happened to you too. It's a real good way of looking at life. So let us know. Do you do that when you've got health challenges or creative blockages or financial concerns or whatever? Do you try to force that round peg into that square hole and stress and sleep badly at night and walk around with frowns on your face? Or do you just kind of go, what will be, will be? Just let's see how this plays out. Because I promise you, the more often you do that, the more you trust the process and things will work your way. It's not worth stressing. Not worth stressing about it. If you've got any problems out there and you're stressing about something, let us know. joinupdots@gmail.com, or you can send a voicemail to us and we will help you. We will give our advice to you. And in any way we can, we will try to push you into a happier, more financially viable, just a contented life, because that's what life is all about. It's about floating around, doing what you want, having no stress, and hopefully being the youngest 90-year-old the world has ever seen. Until next time, my friends, you look after yourselves, you stay happy, and of course, if anything bad happens, don't stress it, because something else will happen, and it's going to be good. Until next time, I'll see you. Cheers, see ya, bye-bye.
That's the end of Join Up Dots. You've heard the conversation. Now it's time for you to start taking massive action. Create your future, create your life. It's the only life you've got. And we'll be back again real soon. Join Up Dots, Join Up Dots, Join Up Dots, Join Up Dots. Join up Dots.